Today we're here at the Courtyard Marriott in Coral Gables, and with us today, our friend Robert Shaw. How are you doing, sir?
Good, very good. Thank you.
Robert Shaw is the Vice President for the Emission Critical company. I would like to ask you, what is Emission Critical?
Emission Critical is a company that specializes in mobile resource management solutions, such as real-time tire pressure monitoring, and also GPS for fleets, whether commercial, corporate, or governmental.
Okay, you just said everything that I don't know anything about it. Let's go little by little. What is the movement solution, the tracking device, things that you just said?
Sure. Our core competency is to provide commercial fleets with a GPS monitoring and tracking solution.
Like we have in the car?
Correct, but except that this is more a corporate commercial level, which means that fleet managers will have access through the internet, because we are an ASP solution, which means that we are web-based.
That's what the ASP means.
Correct. Application service provider, which means that the fleet manager can go into the internet and monitor his fleet in real time.
That means that if I have a car or have a fleet, like 10, 20 trucks, are we able to see my truck where it is in real time?
Correct. You'll be able to see them in real time. You'll also be able to see where they've been during a certain period of time, what we call the breadcrumb trail. And we also have the capability to place virtual geofences anywhere within the map area, so that the fleet manager can see when their trucks have entered or left a certain area or geographical zone. Okay,
let's see if I can translate that. A geofence is when you have a highway and you put a limit, maybe like 100, 200 yards on the right and left. If the truck passed that 200 yards, you know that?
That is correct, sir.
And that what is this? Alert, give a little red light. What happens in your command center?
Sure. What we receive in the command center, in the alert center, we receive a warning indicating that the vehicle has left the designated road or highway for that geofence. You can receive that warning in the alert center within the command center, but you also get it as an SMS message, as a text, and you also receive it in your Outlook as an email.
Okay, so we are in Alabama, and we are here in New York or Chicago, San Francisco, with our computer online, and our truck passed the geofence. Are you able to see that?
That is correct, Jared. That's right.
Or in Tokyo, Japan?
That's right.
Anywhere that we have internet?
That's correct. We are a global solution, means that we can provide the fleet managers with cellular-based GPS tracking devices or satellite-based GPS tracking devices, which allows the fleet managers to see their vehicles when there is no cellular coverage in that particular country.
Okay, that means that we have several countries all over the world, especially in Latin America, that security is a very, very important issue. People, steal, people rob these trucks or buses or cars, and this is a very, very important tool.
That is correct. That's one of the core competency of the solution, that it allows for increasing the ability to track and monitor their entire fleet.
Are you also able to see, this new device, iPhone and BlackBerry, are you able to see that there too?
Yes, as long as the BlackBerry, which they do, as long as they have internet access, you can go into stealthtrack.com and call up your particular fleet.
Say it again, stealthtrack.com?
Correct. It's www.stealthtrack, which is STEALTHTRAK.com.
And if I go there right now, am I able to see that? Am I able to really visit and see that thing operating?
That is correct. As long as you have the login and password.
Oh, I don't see it if I don't have the login and password.
That is correct. We secure the entire fleet for our customers, and only they know their particular login code. They get a login and a password that is encrypted, which allows them to have access 24 hours a day to their fleet.
But this is for trucks, for buses. How about cars? That also works for cars?
Yes, we can track any kind of mobile asset, whether it's a truck, a car, a trailer, a container, a boat, a ship, or a plane.
A container?
Yes, we can track containers globally.
Okay, containers go in the middle of the ocean. Are you still have signal to see that?
As long as we are using a satellite-based device, and as long as the site to the satellite is not blocked by containers that may be resting on top or to the side of the containers. As long as they have access to the satellite, what we call see the sky, then we will be able to track the container as it moves through the ocean.
So I am importing from China or from India or from Brazil, from Mexico, a container, and my container is going to land in New York. And I want to know where my container is all the time. Is that possible?
Yeah, that's correct. You will be able to see the last port of departure for the last message just before it entered the ship. And if they do not have access to the sky, once they are on the ship traveling through the ocean, you will see them when they arrive at their port of destination.
So as you can see, this is a very important and secured device, and I would say the tool to make your company, your fleet, your asset more secure. How about personal devices? Do you have something for me? For example, I'm afraid to be kidnapped in different countries.
We do have a device. It's not a small device, but it is something that looks like the size of a cell phone that can go on your belt or your briefcase or your vehicle. It's a personal tracker, what we call the Spot. And we can provide that type of security for you.
Okay, I hear many times, Mr. Robert Shaw, about cows. People track, some cows worth thousands of millions, and some horses, race horses, worth also millions. Are you able to also to track them?
It depends on which type of tracking, whether you want to use a GPS-based solution or an RFID-based solution, which in other words, we can track the entire particular area that allows for RFID sensors to be placed at the gates, which will then track every single cow or asset that goes into that particular yard, what we call egress and ingress, which allows then the system to monitor and track every single personal or mobile asset that went through the gate.
So what you're saying is that the RFID, the radio frequency system, is obsolete right now compared to what you're talking about.
I wouldn't say it's obsolete, but it's something that you would have to weigh the options to see whether you want a GPS-based solution or if you still want to use an RFID-based solution.
Another question is that your company called Emission Critical. What's your website?
Our website is www.emission, E-M-I-S-S-I-O-N, critical, critical.com.
And what Emission Critical has to do with tracking devices?
Well, believe it or not, Emission Critical is...
I'm very curious about that.
Yeah, that's a great question. Emission Critical is really leading the way in what we call tracking green solutions, which means that we're looking forward to putting together products and technologies that will focus on the carbon footprint that all fleets emit, so that we can go to them and say, we can track your carbon emissions and then deal with it on a cap and trade basis within the government.
That means that everybody's going green, and the technology also is going green?
That's correct. It's called green technology. In fact, we have the real-time tire pressure monitoring, which allows for the tracking of your tire pressure.
What I understand is that every time your tire pressure is low, you're wasting more gas, you're forcing more engine, and of course your truck is losing performance. Now, if it is over pressure, what happened?
Same result. Believe it or not, overinflated or underinflated does affect your fuel consumption, and if you do have the proper inflation in your tires, you will be able to roll at the right PSI, or pounds per square inch, which allows you to save fuel. You reduce your fuel consumption, your fuel waste, and if you're reducing your fuel consumption, you're thereby reducing your carbon footprint, because fuel and carbon footprint has a lot to do with what you're doing in monitoring.
Okay, so today we have here our friend Robert Shaw from Emission Critical. What's the website again?
It's www.emissioncritical.com.
Emissioncritical.com.
Emission Critical.
Located at?
We're in Hollywood. We're a South Florida company, but we do provide global solutions for the entire world.
Especially Latin America.
Especially Latin America.
Because I know Robert is the Vice President for Latin America for Emission Critical. So we'll be right back here at the businesstvtoday.com at the Courtyard Marriott here in Coral Gables. Thank you.